Welcome to English with Songs, the place where your favorite tracks become your best teachers. We're turning the world's biggest hits into your personal English classroom. Grab your headphones and let's get the music started.
If the world was ending tomorrow, would you spend your last hours finally understanding the difference between your and your?
Oh, Luis, I think most people would be too busy panicking to worry about grammar. But honestly, if I'm going down, I want my last sentence to be perfectly structured.
That's the spirit. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are exploring a song that feels like a beautiful, romantic apocalypse. It's a track that has taken the world by storm, bringing together two of the greatest voices of our generation.
We are talking about Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars with their hit Die With a Smile. It's emotional, it's dramatic, and most importantly for us, it's packed with high-level English structures that you can use every day without the need for the world to actually end.
Exactly. Today, we're going to deconstruct the second conditional for hypothetical dreams, learn how to express deep loyalty in a professional way, and master the art of linking sounds so you can sing along without tripping over your tongue.
We've got a lot to cover, from apocalyptic metaphors to safe alternatives for your social life.
So, grab your headphones and get ready. Welcome to English with Songs.
I am your host, Louis, a language lover who believes that a good melody is the best textbook you can find.
And I'm Caroline, your co-host. I'll be here to represent the students, asking the tough questions and making sure we don't get too lost in the poetry.
In this episode, we promise you will learn how to use the second conditional to talk about what-if scenarios, high-frequency vocabulary like worth, promised, and through, professional safe swaps for romantic song lyrics so you don't sound too intense at work, the hold-you linking technique to improve your connected speech, how to identify the gist of a conversation, even when it's emotional.
It's going to be an epic session. If you love what we do, please remember to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us reach more students around the globe.
Are you ready to dive into this musical masterpiece?
I am more than ready, Louis.
Let's go.
Carolyn, it feels like it's been ages. I just woke up from a dream where we hadn't recorded in months. It's so good to see you again in the studio.
Don't worry, Louise. Since I survived my morning workout, I've been counting the minutes to get here. It's great to be back.
I love that. You're already using the lyrics. But before we get deeper into the song, we need to equip our listeners with some essential tools. Let's start with our podcast words. These are words we will use during the show.
Our first word is breakdown.
Breakdown. Breakdown. The stress is on the first syllable.
Perfect. A breakdown is a detailed analysis. For example, in this breakdown, we will look at the grammar of the chorus. Second word, gist. Gist. The gist is the general meaning or the essence of something. You don't need to know every word to get the gist of the song. Third word, nuance.
Nuance. Nuance. Stress on the new.
A nuance is a very small difference in meaning. Understanding the nuance between want and wanna is key for A2, B2 learners. Fourth word, takeaway.
Takeaway. Takeaway. Stress on take.
A takeaway is a key point to remember. The main takeaway from today is the second conditional structure. Great job, Caroline. Now, let's look at the song's words. These are words taken directly from Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. First up is survived.
Survived. Survived. Stress on the second syllable.
In the song, Bruno says, "Since I survived." In real life, it means to stay alive or continue after a difficult situation. Functional example, I survived my first week at the new job.
Second, promised. 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 Stress on prom.
They say, nobody's promised tomorrow. It means something is guaranteed. Functional example, a bonus isn't promised, but it's possible.
Third, through. Through. One syllable. Note the silent ugh.
In the song, it means finished or at an end. Functional example, when you are through with the report, send it to me.
Fourth, worth. Worth. One syllable. Watch that TH sound.
It describes the value of something. They sing about the only war worth fighting for. Functional example, this new software is worth the investment.
Louis, I have to ask, why this song? It's so sad and apocalyptic. Bruno Mars is dreaming about saying goodbye, and Lady Gaga is screaming. Is this really the best way to learn English?
It's actually the perfect way.
This song uses hyperbole, which means exaggeration to show emotion. For a student, this is gold because it makes the grammar memorable.
So it's about the drama?
It's about the structure behind the drama. Let's deconstruct the main hook. If the world was ending, this is the heart of the song. Why do they say was and not is?
Because it's not actually ending, right? It's a hypothetical situation.
Spot on. This is the second conditional. We use it to talk about things that are not true in the present or are very unlikely. In daily life, we use this all the time to dream or to be polite. For example, if I had $1 million, I would buy a house.
Or if I were you, I would take that job offer.
Exactly. And notice the phrase, the party was over. In the song, the party is a metaphor for life. But in daily English, this is a very common idiom. When you say the party is over, it means a period of fun or easy success has ended.
Like when the boss walks in and everyone stops joking?
Precisely. All right, guys, the party's over. Let's get back to work. It's a great phrase to know.
What about lost in the words we scream? Gaga sounds so frustrated there.
That phrase is very useful for explaining misunderstandings. To be lost in words usually means you are confused. When they add scream, it implies a heated argument. In a more casual B2 level conversation, you could say, "We got a bit lost in the details during the meeting," which means you focus too much on small things and miss the main point.
Now, we have to talk about the danger zone. Learning English through songs is great, but using song lyrics literally in real life can lead to some awkward moments.
Oh, I can imagine. Imagine you're on a first date. You want to be sweet, so you lean in and whisper, "Wherever you go, that's where I'll follow."
No. Caroline, that's not romantic in 2024. That's a stalker alert. You will get blocked on WhatsApp before the dessert arrives.
Exactly. In a song, it's poetic devotion. In a restaurant, it's a reason to call the police.
Or imagine your boss asks for the monthly report and you say, "I don't even want to do this anymore," because you already know what you mean to me.
You'd be fired. The problem for the student is register. Song lyrics are usually in the poetic or hype register. If you use them in a neutral or professional setting, you sound either too emotional, too aggressive, or just plain weird.
That is the pain of the learner. You have the words, but you don't have the social filter. You need to know how to take the feeling of the song and put it into safe English.
Let's fix those problems with some safe swaps and grammar in action. First, the second conditional. Song, if the world was ending, I'd want to be next to you. Wait, Caroline, should it be if the world were ending?
I've heard both. Is was wrong?
Technically, in formal subjunctive English, we use were for all subjects. If I were, if he were. But in modern casual English, and definitely in pop songs, was is perfectly acceptable.
Good to know. What about pronunciation? There's a tricky part in the chorus.
Yes. Hold you just for a while. Listen to the linking. Native speakers don't say hold you. They link the D and the Y to make a J sound.
Hold ya. Hold ya.
Exactly. I'd want to hold you just for a while.
That sounds so much smoother. Now give us the safe alternatives for those intense lyrics.
Let's do some micro role plays. Scenario 1. Supporting a colleague. Professional, neutral.
Luis, the client is very angry. I'm scared about this presentation.
Don't worry, Caroline. I've got your back. Safe swap 4. I'll follow you wherever you go.
Analysis. I've got your back is perfect. It shows loyalty but stays professional.
Scenario 2. At a social event. Casual, hype. This party is getting a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm ready to head out whenever you are.
Safe swap 4. If the party was over, I'd want to be next to you.
Analysis. I'm ready to head out is a very common way to say you want to leave. It's safe and natural.
Scenario 3. A difficult conversation. Polite, neutral.
I'm sorry we argued about the project details.
It's okay. Let's not get lost in the small stuff. Safe swap 4. Lost in the words we scream.
Analysis. Don't get lost in the small stuff means don't worry about unimportant details. Very useful.
One more tip. Bruno sings, "I'ma love you." That I'ma is a very fast contraction of I am going to. It's common in songs, but in an interview, please say, I am going to.
We have reached the end of our world. Let's do a quick recap of our 5 key takeaways. 1. The second conditional. Use if past, I would for imaginary situations. It makes you sound more nuanced. 2. The hold you link. Link your D and Y sounds to sound more natural. 3. Idiom, the party is over. Use this when a fun situation becomes serious. 4. Worth. Use this to describe value. It's worth the effort. 5. Safe swaps. Use I've got your back instead of dramatic poetic promises in professional settings.
My advice for everyone today? Go listen to the song and try to spot the second conditional sentences. See how many times they say I'd, I would. It's great practice for your ears.
And remember, nobody's promised tomorrow, so don't wait until next week to practice your English. Start today.
Well, Louis, if our time on this podcast was through, I'd want to hold my microphone just for a while and die with a smile.
Nice one. But we aren't through yet. We have many more songs to explore. Thank you for listening to English with Songs.
Leave us a comment with your favorite lyric or a song you want us to analyze next. We love hearing from you.
Until next time, keep singing and keep learning. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.